The bus ride to Bedlam, 80 miles to a collision in Norman for elite playmaker Tylan Wallace, healthy and hungry after missing last year's Bedlam. Chuba Hubbard under full speed, gritting his teeth, trying to finally bust out tonight. Oklahoma behind in the standings, but a home field favorite. Spencer Rattler in this OU attack is clicking now after early troubles this season. And Ronnie Perkins in the Sooner front expecting to dominate in the trenches tonight. We will see. Welcome to Bedlam and Saturday Night Football on ABC, presented by Capital One. Bragging rights and a lot more on the line. Oklahoma State ranked number 14 against the 18th ranked homestanding Oklahoma Sooners. And welcome to Norman. Welcome to Bedlam. Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit. It's a fun rivalry. Oklahoma State has been outmatched, frankly. 15 out of the last 17 they've lost. They've lost 5 in a row, but they don't usually have a defense as good as they think they have tonight. So we'll see if that changes the equation.
Yeah, I couldn't believe to look at Mike Gundy, who played quarterback in Stillwater, head coach for 15 years, coming into his 16th matchup. He's 2-13 in this game as a head coach. And here they control their own destiny to get to the Big 12 championship. This is a big one.
Think about Gundy, think about high-powered offenses. They've had to kind of manufacture some points this year, but the good news is they're getting healthier now off the bye week.
Yeah, it's the right time to get healthy because they have such big playability when they are healthy. Tylan Wallace is, I think, as electric of a receiver as you'll find in the country. What they like to do is stretch defenses out vertically with his big playability. Now, just a couple years ago in Norman, they couldn't stop him. They left him one-on-one with the corners without safeties behind, and he makes you pay for it. So he puts a lot of pressure on the defensive coordinator. Now you're going to put 2 safeties back to protect the deep ball, and now you got to worry about Chuba Hubbard, one of the top backs who's healthy tonight coming into this game. And then you have the quarterback, Spencer Sanders. His ability on third down especially, where he can create, get away from trouble. If there's a pass rush, not only run, but he can find open receivers with his ability to improvise. So Alex Grinch, you talked about Ronnie Perkins. They have to dominate the line of scrimmage to try to slow down this 3-headed monster.
Sooners had 2 early losses. They had COVID issues, injuries, suspensions. Now they're back to full strength, and they are really clicking behind Spencer Rattler offense.
Yeah, Chris. Spencer Rattler, I think from early in the year where he showed big playability, but I think he's maturing and making better decisions as the season goes along, as you would expect from a freshman. What I love to see is when he gets outside of the pocket, as natural and comfortable as any quarterback in the country, and then the accuracy that comes along with that. And look who he finds right here, Marvin Mims. He's a true freshman, a guy to keep. When I think of Lincoln Riley, I know the quarterbacks get a lot of attention. I think of those running backs. I think of a balanced attack. I think you'll see that from the Sooners. How can Oklahoma State try to slow that offense down?
Yeah, the pattern has been Sooners score early and often. Cowboys think they have the better defense. Oklahoma's not so sure about that. We'll find out. Bedlam in Norman should be a lot of fun, crucial in the Big 12 race as well.
Great day for the Sooners. But most of the time, let her rip. Crack it down. Oklahoma wins it in overtime. This is bigger.
The Nissan pregame rush is next after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Love lost, it was never found. Not in 1904 when it began, not now.
Bradford goes up in the air.
Only an hour apart, but separated by decades of battle scars.
Gundy has got Parker. Oh, he dropped it.
Over the years, the Sooners have had the upper hand.
And Oklahoma has taken firm control of Bedlam.
But the Cowboys are higher ranked and ready, like always, to fight their arch rival for Sooner State supremacy.
A lot of state pride on the line. It's a big game. There's no question about it.
If you win this game, you give yourself a real chance to play in the championship.
The Bedlam has grown for well over a century. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, on Saturday Night Football.
Mild temperatures in the 50s. Rain expected to hold off tonight for this Collision here, a presentation of the Big 12 Conference on ESPN. The Bedlam name initially goes back to the wrestling dual meets between these two schools, which are extremely intense. Talked about the Sooner dominance, but the last time here, Oklahoma had to stop a two-point conversion to hold on 48-47 as huge favorites.
They'll be flying around with their one of the best front sevens of the Big 12.
This is Stevenson in the flat, gets a nice block, has a first down, still running. Into Oklahoma State territory, Ramondre Stevenson rumbling all the way inside the 30, and the pattern holds.
See him get his hands on the ball. Rattler really kind of draws the defense. Little flip that's designed to get him out in space. And he is so physical.
See the true freshman tonight, Seth McGowan. They've got a nice rotation in the backfield. Rattler has time and zips it across the middle, and the catch is made. Fake it. Keeper. Scores standing up. Spencer Rattler and the Sooners right down the field. And for the third straight Bedlam game, they score a quick touchdown against the Cowboys.
Seen the counter play and watch the linebackers, and instead it's going to go the back door with Rattler. They heard all week, counter, stop the counter. There's nobody there except the safety, who's Sterling, who's a good player, but misses in the open field.
That's a whiff against the quarterback.
Yeah. But a good call there by Lincoln Riley.
Trying to finally have a breakout game. Hasn't been able to hit the home run yet this year. They fake it to him. Sanders is flushed, backpedals, just heaves it up into the air, into the bench. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Stoops running around out there. And Rattler will look downfield. Throws into coverage. And that's Mims going up and making an acrobatic catch deep in Cowboy territory.
He's one of the top corners in the country. How excited is Mims as a true freshman to have this challenge? You talk about focus and want to go up and make a catch.
2 touchdowns as a high school senior in Texas. Rattler on the run, puts it in the flat. Henderson's got space. Henderson's got a touchdown. 2 possessions, 2 scores for the Sooners.
So the receivers to the right, you'll see them off to the right, do a good job of blocking. They're blocking right now. It's not like a rub or they're trying to pretend to get in the way of a defender. They're blocking because you can see he catches the ball behind the line of scrimmage. Oklahoma defense this year with Alex Grinch and the way they can win up front at the line of scrimmage.
Off the play action, batted in the air, diving attempt, was it picked? Yes! Off the Carroll. The interception made by Ogulbergu.
See who gets his hand. It is a Guebu. So he not only knocks the ball down, he looks straight up, sees it, and then goes airborne. They're going to probably take a peek at that.
Star recruit. He's now a star of this defense. Rattler flips it back, shoulder throw. 3 possessions and 3 touchdowns. Theo Weiss looked pretty easy.
Weiss, who's got good size, but Rattler, look how comfortable he is. Almost kind of falling back like a fadeaway, but puts it right where it needs to be. Good route by Weiss. Boy, he just continues to get better himself. And Bernard Converse in a tough spot there against that back shoulder defense, and they've felt that. So I think they've tried to kind of get the morale up.
2 tight ends in the ball game. They can't protect him. Slung down is Perkins, who comes out with the football. Good guy, not very mobile, however. Big tall guy at 6'6". Slings it. Wallace breaking tackles. First down into Oklahoma territory. Fake to Hubbard. Illingworth sets his feet. Fires end zone. Touchdown. Logan Carter is wide open. And the penalty gives the Cowboys a chance to find the scoreboard.
Dead ball. Radley Hiles. First down, gives him this chance. Wallace takes most of the defense. Carter's in that back corner all alone.
28 and a couple touchdowns already in this first quarter. Looking to throw on first down, pressured, and he'll be sacked. The pass rush got there early. You bring the pressure, and that's Ford. Ford, one of the better sack guys on this defense. On 2nd and 14. Rattler gets the ball out. This is Henderson, who's been busy. He's got space again. And the seldom used H-back is having a ball game tonight. Very reliable from 40 to 49. He's 2 of 3. And breezy night. He navigates that one through the uprights. Enough COVID issues that they couldn't play. They would not replace that team.
Right.
Not add a team back in. That would just be a walkover for the other team. Johnson hesitates from the goal line, brings it out, and nice looking return. Tiptoes down the sideline, out near the 35-yard line.
His terms where he's got his feet set and able to make accurate throws.
Looking to throw on first down. Mims again in space. Ooh, they almost knocked the ball loose. But another big play in the Cowboy territory.
Parts around the offensive line, but with Humphrey up front, they're going to another level.
Free play here. Rattler slings it. Catch made. Down inside the 10 or 15 is Rambo. Cowboys got anxious there. Extremely reliable. This from 29 yards. And Oklahoma 5 possessions. They get points on all 5, but the last 2 have been field goals.
Corner now playing that safety nickel spot.
Hubbard into a crease. Chuba Hubbard. And that's one of his better runs this season. He's shoved out of bounds. Wallace got a block, and there is a flag on the Sooners for knocking Hubbard out, and that'll cost him 15 more. And Asamoah.
Yeah, tight end makes a block here, but it's really the right guard, right tackle, Sills and Woodard. Watch him double team. He bounces, kind of gets off away from the backers who are in tight, got caught up in traffic, and then this is what he does well. You're talking about a 2,000-yard back that needs space to work, and finally he's able to get out there, and that's the little push, and it's obvious.
Hold your breath if you're the Cowboys here. Yeah, knocks it right through. Good looking field goal. Not again what they're hoping for.
He builds up momentum. You don't want to get in his way.
Arms not as long as Henry, of course, but very few running backs are. Rattler, a flag comes out. He's slung down by Rodriguez. This is the holding zone. Football to begin the third quarter. If they can do something here, they feel a lot better about things at halftime. Illingworth on play action. Slings it downfield. Catch made by Wallace. They left him alone to the sideline.
Never really had a chance. It wasn't thrown downfield.
You saw Radley Heil was in coverage here. He had been benched after that earlier penalty, but he's back in the ball game. As they found a pretty good backup kicker. He knocked it through. Pole did.
Always said people mistake confidence with cocky. He's just very confident.
Say that again. But he's pressured and sacked. Flying in there was Tyler Lacey off the end.
LD Brown, it's on you. Let's go.
Rattler took a pump fake and now takes off. And he's very judicious when he runs. He got shoved right near the sideline by Sterling, but it's a first down into Polk's territory. The junior running back is in the game. And pressure again, and just leaning back and throwing into the bench. That time it was Isaiah Thomas taking his turn at pressuring the quarterback. Fourth down. Stevenson in the clear, makes the cut. And he'll be dragged down from behind to the 30, but finally, big Ramondre got loose. Stevenson approaching 100 yards. Here's a little trickery. And the quarterback flips it in the flat to Jeremiah Hall, who scores. Oh, Lincoln Riley dialed something up, and the Sooners back in the end zone. Stretches the lead back to 21. The quarterback knew it right away, signaling touchdown early. Stevenson has a crease from Andre Stevenson, weaves his way. They are backed up, no longer a 30-yard gain before Harvell Peel stopped him.
Here, get a great push and just open up the left side right there. And I'll tell you again, he has acceleration for 245 pounds. You wouldn't expect that. You think he's a power back, but when you give him a little bit of room, he's going to get upfield in a hurry. Week 1 against the Giants.
I tried to tell you.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, with that defense and Ben back healthy, how could they not be, right?
Fourth down, Rattler back pedals and lobs it wide open. Weiss for the touchdown.
They're going to run the football. They've been running the ball right down the field. Instead, they hit a crease right between the safety, Sterling, and the nickel, Thomas Harper. More complete team, because of the way they're playing defense this year with Alex French and late in the year. I don't know, I think those teams that have gone in the past and many times gotten exposed in the playoff.
Bunch formation to the right. Sanders ducks under the pressure and will spin down at the 5 to 100% and regroup. So a few games to go for Rattler. The roll continues. 5 straight wins.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.